Who is this compressor actually good for, and who should just walk away? If you're shopping for a 1.5 HP portable twin-tank compressor, you've probably noticed that most videos spend the first 2 minutes listing CFM and PSI before anyone even plugs it in. I get it, those numbers matter, but they don't tell you what it's like to set it up in a garage, move it from job to job, or keep it running week after week. The Rolair 1.5 HP with the dual-control twin-tank is one of the few models that tries to balance portability and capacity without turning into a boat anchor. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's talk about the day-to-day. The biggest surprise most buyers don't realize until they wheel this thing out is how much the dual-tank setup actually changes the game. You get 2 small tanks instead of 1 big one, which means the compressor can refill 1 tank while you're still draining the other. That's not just theory. If you're running an impact wrench on one hose and a finish nailer on another, you'll notice the motor doesn't kick on every time you pull the trigger. It's the kind of thing that saves your ears and your patience on a Saturday afternoon project. But here's the catch. Those tanks are small enough that if you're running 2 high CFM tools at once, you'll still hear the motorcycle on occasionally. It's not silent, and it's not a 30-gallon stationary unit, so don't expect it to power a sandblaster all day without brakes. The strongest reason to buy this one is portability with a little extra capacity. At 7.3 Cfm at 90Psi and 1.5 HP, it's not trying to be a heavy-duty shop workhorse. It's built for someone who needs to move air around a job site or a small garage without wrestling a 200-pound compressor. The wheels are solid, the handle folds out of the way, and the footprint is tight enough to fit behind a workbench. If you're a DIYer who occasionally needs to run an airbrush, a brad nailer, or a small impact wrench without renting a compressor every time, this unit gives you enough flow to get real work done without the sticker shock of a 3 HP behemoth. It's also quiet enough that you won't wake the neighbors if you're working early or late. Now, the biggest reasons to skip it. If you're planning to run 2 high-demand tools continuously like a framing nailer and a die grinder at the same time, you'll be right back at the outlet looking for a bigger compressor. The twin tanks help, but they're not magic. The motor is single-stage, so it cycles more often than a 2-stage unit, and that means slightly more wear over time. It's not a deal-breaker if you're not running it 40 hours a week, but it's worth knowing up front. Another thing that trips people up is the 115V power requirement. If your garage only has 1 outlet and you're already running a table saw on a heavy-duty extension cord, plugging this in might trip the breaker. You'll need a dedicated circuit or a heavy-duty extension cord rated for continuous use. Skip this one if you're trying to power an entire workshop with 1 outlet or if you need near-silent operation for indoor use. Where does the value actually come from? It's not in the headline specs, it's in the balance. Most 1.5 HP compressors in this price range are single-tank units that sound like a freight train every time they kick on. The dual-tank design smooths out the airflow and reduces motorcycling, which is a real quality-of-life improvement. It's also one of the few portables in this class that doesn't feel like a toy. The motor is oil-lubricated, so it runs cooler and lasts longer than the sealed units you see in big-box stores. And because it's from Rolair, a brand that's been around in the pro air tools space, the parts and service network are easier to find than with some no-name brands. So, who should buy it? If you're a weekend warrior who occasionally needs reliable air for nailers, staplers, or small impact tools, this compressor gives you enough CFM and capacity without the bulk of a stationary unit. It's also a solid choice if you're a contractor who needs a backup compressor for light-duty jobs or a portable unit that can fit in the back of a truck without taking up the whole bed. The price is fair for what you get. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's not the most expensive either. And if you're the type who likes to keep tools for years instead of replacing them every season, the build quality and serviceability are a step above the competition. Who should skip it? If you're running high CFM tools continuously or need near silent